Another interview here with Otto Sitterly as we look at what's coming up here in 2024. I hope you caught the first one that we did just a little while ago. We talked about winged supers and ISMA and MSS. This one, we're going to concentrate primarily on the tailwing shows at Oswego Speedway. So let's head up to Canada. Harry, 9-time Oswego Speedway champion Otto Sitterly joins us. He's now 56 years old. How we doing today, man?
Doing pretty good, Doug.
Good. So we didn't do a lot of non-wing stuff last year, only 2 starts. What are we thinking about as we look ahead to this season?
Well, I basically have to show up opening day. Johnny put on the 5-race series. This is his, I want to say, this is his 3rd year, Doug?
I think it is, yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
3rd year of the 5-race series, the challenge. So, obviously we got to support that. And he's worked really hard to put this whole deal on. So it's been, very successful. He puts good money on there, so if you can go and run good, there's money to be made. Right. So we'll be there for the opener, and then the next week, of course, is the wing show for his deal. So we'll be there 2 weeks in a row for sure. And then after that, it's really going to depend. If we don't run that good opening day or don't really feel as though we are having fun with it, then, we're not locked into anything. We can do whatever we want.
Okay, 2 practices, by the way. The 18th, that's a Saturday. The 24th is a Friday. And then, of course, the 25th is opening night. I would imagine we would probably want to take advantage of one of those practices, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I don't think I'll go there on I think it's the 18th they got an open session. But
yes,
to me, the track would probably still have a lot of Super Dirt Week left over hanging around.
People told me that, yeah.
So hopefully that lasts about a month. That Dirt Week hangs around.
That much?
It gets all over the cars nice. Hopefully, I think I heard through the grapevine that they were talking about putting the traction compound down.
Okay.
So we'll see if that materializes. But the best thing that could happen for the racing there is if they could spray that. I don't know if it's the VH1 or I'm not sure what it is, what they use, but there's a spray. If they could get that down and guys could run through it, it's just going to make the track better. It's just going to make for multiple grooves would be a wonderful thing for super modifieds.
So you think that would be a good thing if they did that maybe early in the year with a little bit of Super Dirt Week still left, maybe?
Yeah, it would be a great thing if they could get up there and do it. Because waiting, there's no real reason to wait.
Mm-hmm.
The sooner you get it on there, just before the cars run, the better. And then the more the cars run in it, and then maybe just reapply in a couple of places that it might need to be touched up would be beneficial to the show if you want a good show.
Just makes the outside come in a little better, right?
Yeah, I mean, what do fans want to do? They want to see cars go in a line?
Side by side.
Would you like to see them side by side? What do you want to have?
Yeah, because let's be honest, and I've said this a lot on this channel for years, and even on the old Doug's Dirt Diary, sometimes the faster the cars are, the worse the racing is.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, that can happen a lot. If those cars could get around there about 17 and a half seconds side by side, the fans would be thrilled. Don't be calling out lap times.
Yes.
Just call the race.
Good point. Hadn't thought about it that way. So, well, as we look at it this year, we got several changes actually. The wing angle is one of the biggest things. Of course, the tire. And I thought there was one other thing. Am I missing something, Otto? Did I forget there was one other change?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a right front tire they changed, and then the downforce. That might be about it. And then, like I said, I did hear that they were talking about, possibly going out on a limb and trying the traction compound again.
Okay.
So that might be the only few things that I really know of.
Well, let's talk about the right front first, because I know that's the same right front that you use when you put the wing on with the ISMA. So it's a little wider. I guess it's not as tall. Is that a big change?
No, it's not a huge change. We've got some of us got the independent cars, so you might have a little roll center change there to deal with. I think you might want to put it on a little bit different wheel than the one that you would have with the other one. But really, you're talking, I don't know exactly. I'd guess maybe an 1/8 or 3/16 of ride height that you have to compensate for. And, it might make the car turn a little bit better, I would imagine. A little bit more rubber on the track.
That's what I would think, yes.
Yeah, ideally, I think that it's probably the best thing to do because the other 2 super modified series on the East Coast run that same, I call it a 26.0 that they put on the right front. So it's basically like a left rear.
Yes.
And that'll keep Hoosier from having to build a different tire just for Oswego. So that was smart. That was a smart move in that regard. Some of the guys that even switch back and forth and try to run, say like Nicotra's 5-race series, well, you're running the same right front,
Right.
same right front wheel, all that. Doesn't matter which wing you have on the car. It's the same deal. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and from a dollars and cents, that's one less tire we have to buy too, that we only use for one thing. So it
Yep.
sounds like a good deal all the way around, to be honest with you.
Yeah, smart move.
Okay, how about the wing angle?
Yeah, nobody really knows. Of course, I'm sure they have data from the tunnel down in South Carolina, wherever they are, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that they have information, but until you get on the track and you see race conditions, I don't think anybody really knows. I heard it was 25% less. I heard it was 30% less. I really
Yep.
don't know. But I would say it took about 50% out
Really?
of it myself. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And it would definitely cause more wrecks because the cars won't be nailed to the track. You're going to have to finesse it. But that's what I feel as though the place is lacking over the last 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is back in the day, the beginning of a feature, everybody was pretty equal, and you would be following and chip and get by a few guys, and then, you might be riding fifth, and late in the race, the last third of the race or so, all of a sudden you see the guy wiggle in front of you. That was the bread and butter back in the day. Is all of a sudden now that guy, you could work him. You found his weakness, and maybe you saved a little bit, and you could, there was racing going on.
Yeah.
And now, basically, if you get started up front and your car doesn't fall apart, and you're halfway good, you don't really see too many cars wiggle and get loose. Most of them will just push a little bit, but they can diamond that track. So you go to get under them, and here they come. If you don't get out of the way, you're going to take the right front off. So I just think that the downforce is probably not good for the racing. So I hope that call it 25% or whatever they took. I hope it's enough to bring some good quality side-by-side racing back. But we'll find out soon enough.
Okay. The picture you're looking at, by the way, in the background for this particular interview is from 2012. And I've been looking through a lot of the pictures from the Supers the way they were back then. Are they that much different to drive today than they were, 10, 12 years ago?
Oh, yeah. I mean, considerably, the cars would have some speed now and then back then, but they would, like I said, it just wasn't nailed to the track. Nowadays, really, you look at the lap times, Barnsley's got the track record at I want to say it's a 15.39.
That's fast.
When I started racing Supers, the wing cars were nowhere near that.
Seriously?
A top wing car, yeah. So,
Wow.
we're going like wing cars did back in the day. So they're just too fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fun to go out and go that fast.
I would imagine it would be.
Yeah, it's a thrill. But the cars are just going so fast, and they're so nailed to the track that it doesn't make for real good, side-by-side action.
Mm-hmm. So how much do you think we'll do at Oswego specifically then? I would imagine the 5-race series is pretty much a given, do you think?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I would imagine with having 3 cars, I would hope we'd be able to do. I'd hope we'd be able to make it through 5 shows of Nicotras, and then we'll have to see. I'm not going to say that we won't be there to run any.
Mm-hmm.
We have to just see how the rest of the schedule goes with the wing cars, and then see how much desire we have. I'll be the only one driving the Nicotra cars this year. If we were to do anything, you never know. Late in the season, we could get Allison maybe to do something.
Okay.
But I really don't know anything about that.
Okay.
We just muttered back and forth when Evans Mills runs. If we weren't in a points battle, it would be fun to go and race Star. But Johnny, it was, like I said, it was just a mention of maybe having a car at both and doing Evans Mills. Well, of course, if we were going to do anybody, it would be Allison would be our person, our driver to put in there.
Time went by fast, so we got to let Otto go and get back to work. He's got a lot of work he's doing here on this rainy Saturday. You guys got this one later in the week. OswegoSpeedway.com is how you can find out more information there. Otto, maybe I'll see you on the 24th at that practice. If not, I'll get a hold of you, and I wish you all the best. Hope we talk lots this year about trips to Victory Lane, okay?
Thanks a lot, Doug. I appreciate the call.
Again, guys, make sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications, hit the like, leave a comment, and it's not going to be long, guys. It's not going to be raining like this forever. We'll be back at your favorite racetrack very soon.